We are in our 2012 Ford E-350 bucket van with our Altec unit on it. We are going to be displaying the operation of the bucket and boom. First thing we want to do is start up the van. In order for the PTO to kick on to operate the hydraulics on the boom, the parking brake must be set. It's on now. We will set it again and make sure that the brake light is indicated on the dash. If the brake light is not indicated on the dash, it will not work. Looking down here, we have 3 switches. This is under the steering wheel. We have 3 switches. We've got one for our master switch. That's the important one. We've got the strobe lights and then inverter switch. Go ahead and switch on the master switch. You'll hear a noise, a PTO noise, when you switch this on, as you can hear. And I always turn on the strobes as well, just to get those going. Now, we do have a taped up upper controls as requested, so I wouldn't be able to show you exactly how to operate it, but it's very simple. You've got basically 2 toggle switches, or 1 toggle switch to operate the high and low speed. So you would then go up there, toggle which switch you would want to go, whether it be low or high speed, and then you would do whatever function you want to do. But I can show you down here on the lower controls how about that would function. So down here we've got our lower controls, and if it's ever not working in the upper controls, make sure that you've got this switched up in the upper controls. If you're not using the lower controls, that's exactly where you want it to be. If you're using the lower controls, you'll switch it down like that. So this is your master switch. On the upper controls, you have a toggle switch, which is a little bit different from this. This, you just push down on the toggle switch, you'll switch from high or low, depending on how fast you want to operate the boom. So it's the same concept. In this case, we're just going to push this button down, and then we can do any of our functions, whether you want to raise it or lower it. This will actually rotate the boom. That will extend or retract the boom, and this will stow the boom, so that it will actually hydraulically tilt the boom. So again, up in the upper controls, you'll have a toggle switch instead of this green button. So you'll flip that toggle switch. At the same time, you're going to hold that down whatever speed you want, and then you're going to use your functions. So you'll be holding the toggle switch to either high or low speed, and then you will raise or lower, clockwise, counterclockwise, extend, retract, stow in, unstow. But just make sure that this is always flipped into the upper controls when you're operating it from the bucket. Obviously all these functions do work as they should down here, and you have these same controls in the bucket. But very simple. Once you're done, just go ahead and hop back in the van and redo the process here. So you can hear the pump that's on right now. When you flip the switch, master switch off, it will cut off, and we got our strobe lights off. Now when you release this parking brake, that pump will also switch on or switch off. You can see I've got the master switch switched on right now, and the brake is out. It does not come on, but as soon as you put the parking brake on, it does come on. So it's a nice safety feature, so you don't drive with the pump on. But that is it. Pretty simple setup. Any questions, feel free to give me a call.